Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis and Arundel County and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, January 21st, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Well, we have a new president and vice president today after an inauguration that was like no other. As I said yesterday, here's hoping President Biden and Vice President Harris nothing but the best as they lead our nation through any number of obstacles. I'm rooting for them, as we all should be. Now for your local news. If you've got a kid in Anne Arundel County Public Schools, this is for you. As I mentioned earlier this week, schools will be moving to a hybrid environment on March 1st, but they are trying to figure out exactly how many students want to play that game. So there is a survey to indicate your preference for your student. Do you want to keep all virtual, or do you want to send them into the hybrid environment? The deadline has passed, but they did extend it through Sunday, January 24th. You want to go to aacps.org/spring 2021 survey and take that. And again, unofficially, my money is on no one going back to the classrooms at all this school year, and I really hope that I'm wrong. Governor Hogan sent his budget to the General Assembly yesterday, and now the senators and delegates have 70 days or so to wrestle with it. Somehow he reduced spending by 2% and is investing billions into health, education, and public safety. This budget is also dependent on the General Assembly passing the $1 billion emergency stimulus package, which Hogan had hoped they would do very quickly, but it hasn't moved yet. Senate President Bill Ferguson said he was looking forward to reviewing the details of the budget. And in more Senate President Ferguson news, Ferguson has held up the confirmation of Governor Hogan's health secretary, Dennis Schrader, because, quote, Maryland is ineffectively administering vaccines in an accountable manner. Ferguson said that they were promised 12,000 vaccines a day, and it is closer to 2,000. The Hogan administration, meanwhile, cites the slow supply chain coming from the feds. Not in Anne Arundel County, but definitely worth the trip up to Baltimore. Jimmy's Famous Seafood is amazing. Okay, the food is amazing, but also their support of the local community is amazing, and that's what I'm talking about here. John Minidakis, who owns the restaurant, had a bet with Barstool Sports president Dave Portnoy on the Ravens-Bills game. Well, as we know, the Ravens lost, and the deal was that if the Ravens won, Portnoy was going to cough up a lot of money to help some local restaurants. Well, Minidakis was not going to be dissuaded by a loss, and he has established a crowd-funded goal of $200,000 to be divided among several restaurants that are hanging on by a literal thread. They are almost there, and he intends to set up a board chaired by T.J. Smith, who should be a familiar name to you. He used to be a police spokesperson here in Anne Arundel County and then for Baltimore City Police Department, and was a candidate for Baltimore City Mayor. If you want to help, go to GoFundMe and search for Help Save Baltimore Restaurants and Bars. And if you're in the mood for some great crab cakes or steak, surprisingly, head to Jimmy's Famous Seafood up in Baltimore. And if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you want to scooch over to the Maryland Crabs podcast and check out the 2 pods that we did, both with TJ and John. Way to go, Jimmy's Famous Seafood. And finally, it's not too early to make plans for the kiddos this summer. In fact, it may be getting a little bit too late. The Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park has opened registration for their summer camps. Due to COVID, this past summer was a bit weird with masks, reduced enrollment, distancing, and the like, but we're not sure yet what this summer will hold. So be prepared is what I say. These are 1-week camps for K through 6th grade and are all based on ecology, the environment, water fun like kayaking, boat excursions, fishing, and supping. You can get all the deets at amaritime.org. And again, if you've got any kids that are in the K through 6 range, definitely check them out at amaritime.org. And speaking of the Maritime Museum, they do have their winter lecture series continuing tonight at 7 p.m. You can get in on that also at amaritime.org. Up this week, I believe it is wooden boat building. Might be very interesting. All right, that does wrap up the news for us today. As always, thank you very much for listening. And if you are somewhere where you can leave a rating or a review, please do. And make sure you let your friends, family, and colleagues know about us too. It really does help. A quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief, Solar Energy Services, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. It is Thursday, so of course we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes. And as we do every day, George Young from DCMDVA Weather is standing by with your locally forecast weather report. All of that and more in just a minute.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, President of Solar Energy Services, with your Clean Energy Minute. Does your home experience power outages? Or maybe you're concerned about energy resilience in general? If so, that's another great reason to consider clean, quiet solar-powered energy with battery backup. You may have heard residential solar adoption has rapidly increased during the pandemic for multiple reasons, and many homeowners like yourself are adding battery backup and electric vehicle charging to their solar projects. And with Maryland's residential energy storage income tax credit, along with the federal tax credit for batteries when paired with solar, the economics are quite compelling, and that secure feeling is even better. So whether you're looking for clean energy, energy resilience, or overall peace of mind with solar energy, we can help. To schedule a free solar design, call us today at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net. But hurry, sunshine's a-wasting.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, January 21st. Yesterday showed up as expected with tons of sunshine after some AM clouds with a few sprinkles and even some flurries mixed in as well, as a day of gusty winds produced gusts over 30 and 40 miles per hour at times. But today should be much calmer, though winds could still gust to 15 to 20 miles per hour on occasion as temps climb back into the mid-40s to maybe even lower 50s in spots, followed by more of the same on Friday with temps in the mid to upper 40s. Along with winds continuing to gust over 20 miles per hour at times before a cold but sunny weekend ahead with highs only in the mid-30s to low 40s each day with AM lows over the weekend in the 20s for most with some teens in spots. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long & Foster company.
Going through a real estate home sale or purchase is a very personal and sometimes stressful experience. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt. My team and I are committed to working with people both buying and selling homes in all price points. Whether it's giving you a competitive edge while buying a home or negotiating the best price and terms while selling your home, we always have our clients' best interest at heart. Our goal is to provide exceptional service so that you will recommend us to your friends and family over and over again. Serving people is a passion of mine, and it's what my team does best. That's the Neidhardt difference.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Kittens and Cups, Annapolis' own cat cafe, periodically has some fun craft opportunities. Contact them to find out more about their Hugging Cats paint night and punch needle workshop, making a permade. Art Farm's winter session is in full swing right now. Today, check out virtual illustration and ink for ages 12 through 16, as well as virtual watercolor for ages 13 and up. Tomorrow, there's a virtual cartooning for ages 10 through 15. On Sunday, the first exposure beginner photography workshop starts. On Monday, there's virtual graffiti lettering for ages 11 through 16. And then on Wednesday, there's beginner drawing for ages 8 through 11. Also, remember to check out Art Farm's online market. Art Farm Studios brings you a curated collection through Art Farm Market. Each sale directly supports working artists and small businesses, so check out artfarmmarket.com. It's always worth checking out what Maryland Hall is doing. Right now you can sign up for classes including landscape painting, still life, photography 101, clay sculpting, and more, as well as assorted virtual dance classes including ballet and tap dancing for various age groups. Every week I take a look at what Clay Bakers is doing, and frequently they're already sold out, so sometimes I don't mention what classes they have. But if you want to get in on some of their classes, you should check well ahead of time before they sell out. At the Arundel County Public Library System, as always, they have a ton of Facebook Live story times for the kids. But then also today, check out the Afternoon Book Club, featuring self-help, as well as Prepare and Share Virtual Cookbook and Recipe Club, featuring healthy meals this time. Tomorrow, there's a Book Lovers Book Chat, presented by the Deal Library. On Saturday, there's a virtual design challenge with the Eastport Annapolis Neck Library. Contact them about the kits you need to pick up. Then once the challenge starts, a theme is uncovered. Then you have 10 minutes to design your own creation. On Monday is the Mondays Are Murder online true crime discussion. This month's discussion centers around the disappearance of Jennifer Doulos. Also on Monday, the Edgewater Library has their South County Senior Center Book Club. On Tuesday, get your craft on, Zoom edition. Get ready for Valentine's Day with an easy 3D folded heart made from old books. Also on Tuesday is a teen book club, as well as adults reading children's literature book club. January's book selection is Miss Frisbee and the Rats of Nim. And finally on Tuesday, there's Mountain Roads Adult Book Club as well, this time featuring There There by Tommy Orange. And lastly, on Wednesday, they have a virtual Lego build, as well as What Makes a Great Cookbook. At Unallocated Space in Severn, tonight they're having another virtual happy hour, as well as an intermediate soldering class, conducted over Zoom. They'll walk you through assembling a real Tesla coil kit. Even if you don't get the kit ahead of time, you're welcome to join in on the Zoom call and learn about soldering. And keep an eye out for February's class with the Adventure Kit 30 Days Lost in Space. Also check out Unallocated's Project Night on Monday. And this week at Annapolis Makerspace, on Tuesday we have our monthly general meeting, where we discuss what's going on with the shop and see what people have been working on. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org as well. And remember, whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.